is Georgia Bulldogs football on the Superstations.
Another chapter in a storied history awaits.
We can't stop the clock. We ran out of time. Tungo Bailoa going downfield. He's got a man open. Oh, my God. Touchdown. Alabama.
Victory formation for Alabama. And Alabama's the Southeastern Conference champion once again.
A battle of college football blue bloods.
Snap to Young. He throws near sideline. And it's intercepted. Intercepted. Keely Ringo at the 21. Off he goes. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. 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 Georgia. Georgia is crowned the national champion for the first time in 41 years. And Williams makes an adjustment, makes the catch, spins away from two Georgia defenders, breaks away from another, and he's going to go in the end zone for a touchdown.
Now we meet again.
Excited, big stage, big time game at Athens. Coach DeBoer's done a great job. They got a good football team, big, physical, fast team, just like they've always been, and should be an exciting game.
A battle of dynasties.
Screen, Branch 30, 25-20, sideline, 10, 5, out! Touchdown! Zachariah Branch in the pocket, sets up, going for the end zone. Can he get it? Yeah! Over the shoulder, London to Humphreys. Hand it to McCray. There he goes. He drives in. They grab him from behind. Did he get the ball over? Close to the goal line. No signal yet.
After further review, it is a touchdown.
Oh, yeah!
Bulldogs, Crimson Tide, Georgia, Alabama.
Dogs are in red with the silver breeches. Alabama all in white, top and bottom with those crimson numbers and the crimson helmet.
Between the hedges and across the state, this is Georgia football. On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to play-by-play coverage of Georgia football. Bulldogs football is brought to you by Zaxby's, Who's Got the Sauce? Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Pruitt Health, family makes us stronger. Hoffman Financial Group, helping build your financial dynasty. Modelo Especial, the official import beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. For 21 and up only, please drink responsibly. By Barbasol, America's #1 shaving cream. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. And by Southeast Mortgage, the official home loan lender of the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, to the Piedmont Healthcare broadcast booth, alongside former Bulldog Josh Brock. Here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Welcome back to Sanford Stadium. Less than 10 minutes from kicking this one off and getting underway between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Let's check the lineups for your Georgia Bulldogs on offense. This is what the offensive line will look like. Monroe Freeling, the left tackle, junior, 6'7" and 315 from Charleston, South Carolina. Micah Morris is the left guard, 6'4" and 330 pounds. He is a senior from Kingsland, Georgia. Drew Bobo is the center, a junior, 6'5" and 305 from Athens, Georgia. The right guard is expected to be Dontrell Glover, a freshman from Fairburn, Georgia, 6'3" and 320. And the right tackle also expected to be Bo Hughley, a redshirt sophomore, 6'7", 295, also from Fairburn, Georgia. The tight ends are Oscar Delp, a 6'5" senior, 245 from Cumming, Georgia. And Lawson Lucky, a junior, 6'4" and 240. He is from Norcross, Georgia. The wide receivers for the Bulldogs, and it's a talented bunch, Zachariah Branch, the USC transfer. He is a junior, 5'10", 180 from Las Vegas, Nevada. Colby Young, a transfer from Miami, his second year in Athens. He is a senior, 6'4", 215 from Binghamton, New York. London Humphreys, one of the men of the hour in the win over Tennessee 2 weeks ago. Humphreys, transfer from Vanderbilt, is a junior, 6'2", 200. He is from Nashville, Tennessee. The running backs, Nate Frazier, a sophomore from Compton, California, 5'10" and 205. Along with Dwight Phillips, a sophomore, 5'10", 185 from Mableton, Georgia. And Chauncey Bowens, a redshirt freshman from Port St. Lucie, Florida, 5'11" and 225. And the quarterback is Gunnar Stockton, junior, 6'1", 215 from Tiger, Georgia. Now for the defense. Xavier McLeod, one of the defensive linemen, redshirt sophomore from Camden, South Carolina, transferred from South Carolina a couple of seasons ago. Kristen Miller in the middle. a junior, 6'4" and 310 from Ellenwood, Georgia. Jordan Hall is one of the defensive tackles, a 6'4", 320-pound junior. He is from Jacksonville, Florida. On the edge, Gabe Harris, a junior from Thomasville, Georgia, 6'4" and 260. Quintavious Johnson, also at one of the linebackers, a sophomore from Atlanta, 6'4" and 255. The inside backers are C.J. Allen and Raylan Wilson. C.J. Allen, they're also the leading tacklers on the team. 6'1" junior, 235 from Barnesville, Georgia. And Raylan Wilson from Tallahassee, Florida, 6'1" junior, 235 pounds. In the secondary, Daniel Harris, one of the corners, a junior from Miami, Florida, 6'3" and 195, along with Dalen Everett from Norfolk, Virginia, a senior, 6'1" and 190. The safeties are K.J. Bolden, a sophomore from Buford, Georgia, 6 feet, 195. Ja'Cory Thomas, a senior from Orlando, Florida, 6 feet and 205. Kyron Jones, also at safety, redshirt sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina, 6 feet and 205. And the nickelback, or star, is Jonel Aguero. Had an interception against Tennessee 2 weeks ago, as did K.J. Bolden. He is a junior from Lynn, Massachusetts, 5'11" and 205. 93,000 anticipating the entrance of the Georgia Bulldogs. I can see their red helmets glistening in the moonlight as they inch their way out of the tunnel in the west end zone now, getting ready to run through the banner and onto the near sideline. And here come the Dogs right now as the captains approach the middle of the field. The coin toss is coming up. The fireworks illuminating the sky here in Athens, Georgia, as well as the Pix Mob wristbands. Those are a pretty cool item. I wish we had some on the radio crew. Well, Hondo's got one. Hondo's flashing to our left here. All right, let's go down to the field for tonight's coin toss, brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, banking on purpose. Shock down to you.
Guys, I have an SEC coin. This is tails. This is heads. I'll let it flip and fall to the ground. Heads is big ball. Here we go, guys. It is heads. Who's on the top? We wanted the first. You guys want the football, right?
All right, Sky. Dogs will get the ball first. They deferred. Alabama won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so Dogs get the ball first. The big talk in the locker room, the first thing Kirby said was the calm and the chaos. And he said, this is a big game because you're in it. Also emphasized, we win in the trenches. This is a game both sides, both offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator both talked about. We start and we dominate the game on the line of scrimmage, and that's where this game going to start. But calm in the chaos, this is why we're here. You came to Georgia to play in ball games like this. Toss, they deferred to the second half, so Dogs get the ball first. The big talk in the locker room, the first thing Kirby said was the calm and the chaos. And he said, this is a big game because you're in it. Also emphasized, we win in the trenches. This is a game both sides, both offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator both talked about. We start and we dominate the game on the line of scrimmage, and that's where this game going to start. But calm in the chaos, this is why we're here. You came to Georgia to play in ball games like this. Now go out and show everybody that's here tonight why Georgia is who they are.
All right, Shock, the captains tonight. Gabe Harris was out there, Micah Morris. Who are the other guys? They've already gone. They've already left the field.
Zachariah Branch, Christian Miller, Gabe Harris, she said.
Thank you very much, yes. And as Shock pointed out, the Crimson Tide won the toss. They deferred, so Georgia will be on offense to start tonight's game. Kyle Olson is the referee of this officiating group out of the Southeastern Conference. And it is time to tee it up between the hedges. The opening kickoff powered by Georgia Power. Georgia Power, we're here for the win. Georgia Power is here for you. Lights go out pregame. You know, I find the night atmosphere works a lot better for these light shows than the daytime atmosphere with the fireworks and the light show.
That's got to be one of the coolest pregames I've ever seen in any sporting event ever. I mean, that was fantastic.
And
kudos to everybody that did it. Kudos to everybody that had a role in that.
Like blue, and I don't know if it's a white light or a blue light, but the wristbands are flashing red and blue and white It's quite a sight here at Sanford Stadium. You'll see a lot of aerial shots of this if you're watching on television. We are watching from the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth as we get ready to kick it off. Alabama will kick it away to Georgia. If we have time, let's go back down to Shock and get our field condition report brought to you by Greenpoint Ag. Farmer-owned, locally focused. We are Greenpoint Ag. Shock. He may not be able to hear us. We'll check back for our field condition report with Shock in just a moment.
Yeah, I got you now.
There you are.
Scott, it looks good down here. It's even louder down here than you can imagine. The field is in great condition. It feels amazing down here. It should be a great night for some football, but I want to go play.
All right, here we go. Connor Talty getting ready to kick it away from right to left for Alabama, and we are underway. Kicking it off to Zachariah Branch. It will sail over his head 9 yards deep in the end zone and check up for a touchback. And that's how this one starts. Georgia on offense, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line after the touchback. As we are now underway in Athens, a long anticipated game. Georgia and Alabama. I think Georgia's probably been counting it down since last season's meeting in Tuscaloosa with its first try now. Ball's on their 26. Ty Simpson, the quarterback, a junior from Martin, Tennessee, 6'2" and 208. He's under center. The lone setback is Jam Miller. He'll get the carry. Miller at right guard veers to the right as he passes the line of scrimmage up to the 29-yard line. C.J. Allen, the linebacker, with the tackle, 3-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Crimson Tide as they go no huddle. 2 receivers to their right and 1 to the left. This is the near side of the field, or the wide side on this near portion. It's getting loud in here. Simpson's up talking to his offensive line. They're all leaning and telling each other what the play is or what the signals are. Play clock at 10. The crowd is really roaring on that end of the field. Simpson now with time to throw, and he does, and his pass is incomplete at midfield. Trying to go up high, Isaiah Horton, the transfer from Miami, leaping off his feet, trying to make a two-handed catch there. It glanced off his hands and incomplete.
Dogs brought a short side of the field blitz from Kyron Jones, blitzing late in there, got Ty off his mark.
3rd and 7 for the Tide from their 29-yard line, just underway here in the first quarter. Ty Simpson up again, talking to his line. Jam Miller had to walk over towards the center to hear the quarterback signals. 3 receivers to the near side. They motion a man out wide to the near side now. Simpson back to pass. Pressure from the edges. Steps up and runs. 25, 30. Angles to the right. Slides on the numbers at the 40 after he got the first down. They'll mark him back near the 38-yard line. Raylan Wilson was in pursuit for the Georgia defense. Forced him out of that pocket. And Simpson able to take off running, Josh, and pick up the first down. Not really what Georgia wanted to happen there.
Not at all. Real good blitz design that time. You had Chris Cole sweeping way around from the left side of the defensive formation to the right side. Almost got home on the sack, but Ty Simpson able to get out.
9-yard gain on the scramble by Alabama. Now it's 1st and 10 on their 38. They're moving right to left. In the shotgun with Jam Miller in the backfield. They put it in his belly. He'll swing around to the right side. We eat him up with Quintavious Johnson and Jonel Aguero on this left edge. They tumble him down right at the 38. No gain. If he got an inch, that was it. But they put the ball right back down on the 38-yard line.
Super fast down the line pursuit that time by Quintavious Johnson. He was shot out of a cannon from the backside of that defensive formation.
2nd down 10 for Alabama. Scoreless early first quarter. 12 minutes and change on the clock. Georgia's had 1 possession. We had to punt. Alabama's on their first possession. They shift the tight end to the near side. Simpson in the shotgun with Miller in the backfield. Play fake. Simpson rolls to his right, looks back left, now throws it deep down the middle of the field, and he's got a man open. He juggled it and dropped it. He was open. That was a touchdown for Ryan Williams. His 5th dropped pass of the year. He had 6 right there, Josh, and he dropped it right on his hands.
Gave the Dogs a huge favor. Busted coverage. You had both corners peeling off of their guys on the outside of the hashes, trying to make up ground on the Alabama receiver there. Man, what a huge gift they gave us.
Most of Ryan's drops have been like that, down the middle of the field near the end zone, if not in the end zone. That's his 5th of the year. 3rd down and 10 for Alabama on their 38. Simpson back to pass, pressure from the edge. Oh, he took a shot. He gets the ball off, and it's caught on the Georgia sideline by Isaiah Horton. Up at the 47-yard line, maybe. He got 9. He needed 10. It's going to be short, it looks like, by about a yard. 4th and 1. Raylan Wilson delivered a blow on Ty Simpson on the delivery of that pass. My goodness. 4th and 1. Alabama's huddling with the offense on the field. Now, referees will stop the clock. Did Alabama call time or did Georgia call time?
Rewind the game. That play is under video review.
So there's your explanation from referee Kyle Olson. They're going to review the play to check the marking of the football. Is it a first down or is it an accurate spotting? The play is under review. It's brought to you by Pruitt Health, where family makes us stronger. Proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Bulldogs football on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
WXKO AM Fort Valley, W226 BZ Macon, W290 BD Montezuma, WCEH FM Pinehurst, WWKM FM Rochelle, the Superstations, a Shanks Broadcasting station.
The Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network is brought to you by Georgia Power. We're here for the win. Georgia Power is here for you. Play is under review here for either a 4th down or a first down. On the field, it's been called a 4th down and less than a yard. And here's Kyle Olson with the announcement.
Has been overturned. It is a first down at the 48-yard line.
So Alabama gets the first down, a 10-yard gain on that pass play to Horton. And the series will continue for the Crimson Tide. Their first time touching the football here early in the first quarter, 11:35 on the clock. And we're scoreless thus far, but Alabama will have the ball on their own 48-yard line. This time the quarterback, Ty Simpson, will go under center. Jam Miller, the lone setback, about 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Fake the stretch handoff, tucks it and rolls to the right. Simpson being pursued. Oh, almost intercepted as he throws. Dropped at the 40 by K.J. Bolden. Hit him right in the hands. What's going on with guys dropping it, Josh?
Dropping the ball. That was a huge turning point for this game, but also, too, Jonell Aguero on the pressure. Not fooled at all by the front side of the play action there from Alabama. From his star position, absolutely delivered a sharp blow to Ty Simpson as he threw that football, Scott.
Trying to go to Horton again, and Bolden intersected the pass play. The ball hit him right in the hands and should have been his second pick. Instead, it was an incomplete pass. It's 2nd down and 10 for Alabama. They'll usher 3 guys out wide to the right. They'll work back in the shotgun now, and Miller in the backfield. They hand it to Miller, and no, this is Kevin Riley, the redshirt freshman, who spins on the left side inside Georgia territory down to the 47-yard line. Kristen Miller spun him around, and it was Dalen Everett, the cornerback, that came up for the finishing hit. He got 5 yards. It's 3rd down and 5. And Alabama on the Georgia 47-yard line now. Moving methodically. Simpson in the shotgun. Riley to his left in the backfield. He pumps his leg, then looks to the sideline. Now he talks to his offensive line. 7 seconds on the play clock. Noise gets louder. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. They snap it right at the 0 mark. No flag, and they throw, and it's caught by Horton inside the Georgia 30 on the near sideline. He's fired up. We tackle him at the 23-yard line with Kyron Jones.
Alabama took it deep in the play clock. Ty Simpson obviously didn't like what he saw from Georgia's defensive front. When he made changes, we did too, but able to find the open receiver here on the near side of the field for the Tide offense.
24-yard gain, first down for Alabama on the Dogs' 23-yard line. Alabama started this possession at their 26 after forcing Georgia into a 3-and-out. Now we got another stoppage of play.
Timeout, Alabama.
Tide wants time. They get it. We'll take it too. 9:53 to go in the first quarter. We're scoreless in Athens tonight. Our first half is presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck? There's only one call, that's all. CallKen.com is the website. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network. 3rd and 5. He came into the game 8th in the SEC in third down conversion percentage at 47% through their first 3 games. And now they're getting ready for a 1st and 10 play on the Georgia 23-yard line. They break the huddle. Everyone's in tight, and Simpson, the quarterback, is under center with Miller back in at tailback, the lone setback. 2 receivers stacked tight to the right and to the left. They've got a big lineman on this side. Proctor, the tackle, goes in motion, and now a flag comes in. And we've got a motion call or a false start on Alabama.
Offense, number 26, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Let's go down to Shock on the sidelines, brought to you by attorney Ken Nugent. DJ.
Fellas, one thing that the defense talked about, you can see a lot of pressure early. They talked about terrorizing the trenches, but they also want to get pressure on Ty Simpson. That's a big key in this ballgame if they can do it. That's why we've seen some early, but they haven't been able to get to him because they don't want him to get out like he did and make that big first down on third down.
Well, they got to work with 5 more yards now on the 5-yard penalty, so it's 1st and 15. The ball back on the Georgia 28-yard line. Alabama moving to our left to the west end zone. Simpson under center. And Miller, the lone setback. Bernard goes in motion to the right. Handoff Miller. He bounces to his left as he approaches the line of scrimmage, and he runs into red shirts all over the place, led by the linebacker Raylan Wilson and our edge rusher Gabe Harris on the stop. He got 2 yards to the 26. It'll be 2nd down and 13 from there.
Raylan did a good job staying at home that time. There's a cutback lane there in Alabama's little short run they had. Raylan could have easily overrun that, stayed at home, made a strong tackle.
3 receivers to the right now for Alabama on 2nd down and long. Bernard's in the backfield. Now he flares out, and they set up a screen to him to the right. Throw it down the line, caught at the 30. Bernard with blocking. Weaves through Georgia defenders inside the 20, down to the 8-yard line before we get him out of bounds on the far sideline with Ellis Robinson, the defensive back on that side of the field. He had blocking that time, Josh, and he used it beautifully.
Yeah, 3 guys downfield for Alabama, Ryan Williams being one of them, leading the way. We talked about in the Napa Tailgate show, you got to win your one-on-one matchups. That's an example where Alabama won their one-on-one matchups there and held their blocks downfield.
They started with Bernard in the backfield. He went in motion, and they threw a screen to him to the right, and he got 18 yards. 1st and goal, Alabama on the Georgia 8. Hand it to Miller. Nothing straight ahead. He bounces and spins his way right. And right into the waiting arms of Dalen Everett up on the edge. 6.5-yard line. They put it on the 6. A little bit closer. He got 2 yards, they say. 2nd down and goal from the 6 now for Alabama. Threatening to score first here. Taking their time as they huddle. 8-12, 8-11, 8-10 first quarter. We're scoreless. They run on a big lineman late. William Sanders, a backup guard, came in late. And they send Jackson Lloyd off, another lineman. Now Georgia substitutes. Play clock down to 3, down to 2. Georgia still got guys on the field. Alabama has to call time. They substituted late. Georgia substituted late. And the play clock ran out. And Alabama has to use its 2nd timeout of the first half. So we've got another break. 7:45, 7:49 make it on the clock here in the first quarter. We're scoreless with Alabama threatening our first half, presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck? There's only one call, that's all. CallKen.com. Georgia nothing, Alabama nothing. Back after this, Bulldogs Sports Network. Building tonight. A.J. Green is here. We said Sony,
Thomas Davis.
Nushan Marino called the Dogs before the game. Josh Brock is over here. DJ Shockley's on the field. All the former Dogs are here as we're back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. And as we check the Modelo scoreboard, we see Tennessee has defeated Mississippi State in overtime, 41-34, the final. So Tennessee wins it in overtime in Starkville. 2nd down and goal from the 6 for Alabama. They're on the Georgia 6. They work out of the shotgun. One back in the backfield, and they bring a man in motion. Horton, the receiver. Play fake straight ahead. They throw it to Horton in the right flat. It's low and incomplete. He tried to slide on the turf and catch it. We were all over that play anyway with Kyron Jones, who was right on top of Horton, but an incomplete throw from Simpson brings up 3rd down and goal from the 6 for the tie.
Defensively, the Dogs were all on that, as you said, Scott. That play, even if it was completed, was going nowhere. Kyron Jones had great coverage on the far side for the Dogs.
Alabama huddles again. They're going deep into the play clock just about every time. 7:45 remaining here in the first quarter in a scoreless game. 3 receivers bunched to the right. Now they break it up and bring Bernard in motion to the near side. Work out of the shotgun with Miller to the left of the quarterback. Snap it back to Simpson. Pressure from the edges. They throw it. Slant pattern. Caught in the end zone for a touchdown. Jeremy Bernard. And Alabama scores first.
Jeremy Bernard just one-on-one down here on the near side with Ellis Robinson. Got Ellis turned around. Ellis gave up inside leverage. And just a great route right at the post from the Alabama receiver.
4th touchdown catch for Bernard this season as Simpson hits him on a 6-yard pattern. And Alabama will try the point after with Connor Talty, a redshirt sophomore from Chicago. Try to make it a 7-0 Alabama lead. There's the snap and the hold, and the kick is up and good, high up into that net on this west end. So with 7:41 remaining opening quarter, Alabama on the board first with a 7-0 lead. And they went 74 yards on that drive in 14 plays. Man, they ate some clock as well, Josh. 6.5 minutes in 14 plays and 74 yards. Do you see that as being their method throughout this ball game? Just work that clock, go late into the play clock. We didn't see a lot of tempo out of that first series.
No, not a ton of tempo, but also 3 critical 3rd down conversions as we talked about earlier. But just on that scoring play, I saw linebacker Raylan Wilson get to the sideline. Defensive coordinator Glenn Schumann grabbed a hold of him just a little bit, coached him up on the near side. That could have been a little bit of a coverage bust if we see that Ellis gave up inside leverage so freely. Maybe he thought that Raylan was going to be there in that throwing lane in the middle of the field for the Dogs defense. Either way, not good for the home team.
The front line, 3 down linemen. Medozi's up on the right edge. Simpson's in the shotgun for Alabama, going to hand it to Jam Miller. He curls up the middle, running right up the near hash and right into Horton, the redshirt sophomore transfer from Miami and Atlanta, Georgia, as he makes the tackle just shy of the 20. Didn't get a full 3, almost a full 3. 2nd down and 7. Tied with a touchdown lead. 3 receivers to the near side. Simpson, empty backfield. Works out of the shotgun, takes the snap, throws, one-handed grab, dropped at the 25 on the far side of the field by Jeremy Bernard, who has a touchdown catch. Couldn't reel that one in. He tried an over-the-shoulder one-hander running towards the sideline on the far side of the field. Off his hand and incomplete. It's 3rd down and loud for Alabama on that far right end of the field. They're on their own 20, and it's 3rd and 7. Jam Miller shifts around the quarterback, Simpson, to his left now. Ty Simpson works out of the shotgun. They snap it. 3-man rush, pressure from behind. Simpson throws a dart over the middle, caught by one of the tight ends, Cuevas. Josh Cuevas, a senior from Los Angeles. He tumbles after the catch at the 31. The linebacker, C.J. Allen, on the stop. They put the ball up on the 32-yard line. He got 12 yards and a first down. And another 3rd down conversion, Josh.
Pressure on the QB did come around the boundaries, but you had no middle rush. Ty Simpson able to just step up. That's too easy for a quarterback of his ability.
Alabama 4 for 5 on 3rd downs now in this opening quarter. They lead 7-0. 1st and 10. And they give it to Bernard. He wants to throw as he runs wide to the right. We're going to swallow him up. Chris Cole, the linebacker, wraps him up around the legs back on the 25 or 26-yard line. Does that count as a sack? Bernard wanted to throw. He was the passer.
He wanted to throw. I love the coverage downfield. Way to be disciplined. Kyron Jones running with his guy. KJ Bolden running with his guy. Dalen Everett staying back. 3 dog defenders for 2 tied receivers. Great job that time by the Bulldog defense.
Horton and Rico Scott were the guys he was looking for downfield, but couldn't get the ball to him. Second down, 16 from the 26 for Alabama. They snap it to Simpson. Sets in the pocket, dumps a short screen to Jam Miller. Caught at the 23. Miller veers to his right over the 30 with blocking and runs out of steam at the 35-yard line where Georgia jams it up with Dalen Everett.
Good play call from Alabama's offensive coordinator, Ryan Grubb. Got an aggressive Georgia defense really trying to get after the quarterback. Middle of the field opened up. Huge for their running back on that screen.
Yeah, they got 10 back to the 36. So third down, here it is again, third down. And a long 6 for Alabama. They're on their own 36-yard line, moving to our left, getting late in the opening quarter as we approach 3 minutes to go. Now Simpson's going to have to call another timeout. And that's the third and final timeout of the half for Alabama.
Timeout, Alabama.
7-0. Alabama with a third down play coming up uses its final timeout. Both teams will huddle up on their side of the field, and we'll remind fans that Georgia football is brought to you in part by Modelo, the official import beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. Grab a refreshing Modelo Especial brewed for full-time Bulldogs fans. For 21 and up only, please drink responsibly. And let's check some SEC scores from earlier today. Moments ago, we told you Tennessee outlasted Mississippi State in overtime, 41-34. Texas A&M defeated Auburn 16-10. Ole Miss knocked off LSU 24-19. Third down and 6 for Alabama on their own 36-yard line. They lead the Dogs 7-0, getting late in the first quarter. Miller and Simpson talk to each other in the backfield. They flare a man in motion to the near side. Simpson looking in that direction and fires. The pass is caught at the 41 by Ryan Williams, and he's tackled around the 43-yard line as he falls forward for another first down. Chris Cole on the stop for the Georgia defense. But another third down conversion for the Crimson Tide.
Something has to adjust for this Bulldog defense to get off the field on third down. You're putting them in situations you want them to be in. You're just not executing to get off the field.
8-yard gain for Alabama. First down on their 43. They've got Bernard in the backfield again. Now he slides out to his right. Simpson goes empty and will throw, and it's caught by Bernard out of the slot near the logo, middle of the field. They tackle him down at the 48-yard line. Jonel Aguero with the stop. A gain of 5 for Alabama as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Alabama operates on the big G, middle of the field. Handoff, Jam Miller, nothing straight ahead. He bounces out left, tries to get to the corner, and runs into 2 or 3 red shirts there, led by Aguero. Again, another stop for the Georgia nickelback. And they'll spot him down at the Bulldogs' 49-yard line. 3-yard gain that time for Alabama.
Jonel, an awesome job there, staying in the hole. The offensive lineman ran right by him. I'm not real sure why, and he was able to get him on the ground one-on-one.
Third down and 2 for the Tide on the Georgia 49-yard line. They lead by 7. Man in motion, Bernard. Jet sweep to the near side. They hand it to Bernard. He dodges around Georgia's defense at the 50, gets to the corner and to the sideline for positive yards to the Georgia 38-yard line. Another first down. KJ Bolden, the safety, pushes Bernard into the Georgia boundary to end the play, but Alabama moving steadily at the 38. That's an 11-yard pickup for the Tide. Again, we said another first down. They're now 6 of 7 on third down conversions here in the first quarter. That's not a half, that's a quarter. Simpson under center. Play fake. Sets up in the pocket. No pressure. Throws wide open down the middle. Caught and then batted around like a pinball was Lottie Brooks, the freshman from Millville, New Jersey. But he hung on to the football between the hash marks. He got belted and spun around, and they spot him down at the 19-yard line. Kyron Jones, the tackle. Alabama this time with a little tempo. They go no huddle up to the line and snapping it. Handed off to Riley. Breaks one tackle at the line of scrimmage. We grab him around the knees at the 15-yard line, and that's where he is stopped. 4-yard pickup for Kevin Riley, the 5'11", 191-pound redshirt freshman, and that's going to be all in the first quarter. First 15 minutes in the books, and that was controlled by the Crimson Tide. They have the only points, and they're looking for more as we go to the second quarter. 7-0. Alabama leads Georgia. The Tide on the Dogs 15 when we come back. Our first half tonight presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck, there's only one call, that's all. CallKen.com. Back after this, Bulldogs Sports Network. In that first quarter, and they're threatening again here now on the Dogs 15-yard line. They'll attack the east end zone now here as we get ready to start the second quarter. Second down and 6 for Alabama on the Dogs 15. Simpson in the shotgun. 2 down linemen, 2 edge rushers for Georgia. Now they bring Miller into the backfield and hand it off to Jam Miller. He hesitates at the line, looks for a seam, and dives right through there. And got a few positive yards, maybe 2.5, close to the 12-yard line as he dives in left of center. And Jonel Aguero on the tackle. Ball's on the 12, they say. It's third down and 3. Alabama ready to go. Give it to Miller. Going to bounce outside. We got one guy to get him. He can't get him. That was Gabe Harris. He's going to get the first down as he continues towards the far left sideline and weaves his way down to the 6 for a 12-yard gain before we get him out of bounds and on the ground. We only had one guy that time with a shot at him, Josh, and Gabe was unable to make the tackle.
Gabe did everything he could. That's just a mismatch there. Too much speed getting to the boundary from Miller.
Goal to go for Alabama again on the 6. Bootleg for Simpson. Rolls to the right, sets up, throws in the end zone. Wide open underneath the goalpost. Caught, touchdown, Isaiah Horton. 6-yard touchdown pass for the second time in the game. And Alabama leads it 13-0 here in Athens.
Just another death march from the Tide that time. That drive mimicking the first drive, just physically dominating Georgia all the way down the field.
So Simpson with his second touchdown throw. And Alabama trying to tack on one more to make it 14-0. Connor Talty to try the extra point. Snap back, hold down, kick is away, and good. So Alabama, another 14-play drive, their second of the game. This time they go 83 yards in almost 7 minutes. A 6-yard strike from Simpson to Horton, and it's 14-0. Alabama leading with 14:01 to play, second quarter. Timeout here at Sanford Stadium. Our first half tonight presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured? You know who to call. There's only one call. Call Ken. Bowens in the backfield with Gunnar Stockton. We send Branch in motion to the right, and Gunnar will throw it to him. Low pass scooped up around the knees by Branch. He avoids a tackler at the 30 to the Alabama sideline and hops out of bounds around the 33.5. About an 8.5, 9-yard gain. And it'll be second down and about 1.5 yards for the Dogs.
Jet sweep motion to the far side of the field, throwing a bubble screen. Also, too, Juan Gaston in the game at right tackle. Dontrell Glover in at right guard still.
No Ernest Green tonight, but that is a big young man at right tackle in Juan Gaston, 6'7" and 360. We're going to run it in that direction. And Georgia's going to get to the edge and get down the sideline. Chauncey Bowens in a foot race in front of the Alabama sideline into Tide territory. Pushed out of bounds at the 38 of the Crimson Tide. That's a Scana Energy first down. 29 yards on the burst by Chauncey Bowens. The Dogs in Alabama territory for the first time in the game.
Call Gaston's name out, then they run right behind him the very next play. Good job by him sealing that right side edge. Also, too, Oscar Delp over there throwing a good block.
First and 10 Dogs moving to the west end zone to our left. Gunner in the shotgun with Frazier in the backfield. He'll protect. Gunner wants to throw. Deep ball wide open. Caught at the 10 and a waltz into the end zone down the sideline. Kobe Young with a touchdown catch.
Scott, what a double move on the pump fake. You had Jackson in coverage for the Tide defense, just absolutely left him in the dust on the double move, but also two very effective pump fake from Gunnar Stockton made them think that they was going to do that. Damani Jackson had no clue what was coming. Huge touchdown for the Dogs.
38 yards, so you had two moves. You had one by the quarterback and one by the wide receiver, as you guys pointed out. And it worked to perfection. Young was wide open, an easy catch at the 10. Never was threatened the final 10 yards into the end zone. Here's Peyton Woodring for the point after. Georgia on the board. The kick is good. That Georgia touchdown brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. So that lights them up here at Sanford Stadium. It's 14-7. The Dogs cut the deficit in half with 12:48 to play second quarter. And we've got another timeout. Our second and 8 from the 9. Stockton talking to his offense, talking to his tight end. Frazier stays in the backfield to the quarterback's right. Nate with a carry and to the 10. Tumbled down. Ball came out. Ball came out. Alabama's got it at the 10, say the officials. Frazier fumbled it apparently. Ball came out. Alabama fell on it at the 11.
Frazier absolutely rocked by the Alabama defender. Perfect form tackle, helmet across on the football, knocked it out of his hands.
Looking at a replay, yeah, he was losing the ball as he was being tackled and lifted off the ground, spinning around.
Number 18, Bray Hubbard, coming up in run support from his safety position, just absolutely laid a lick on Nate Frazier.
So the Dogs fumble it, cough it up. Alabama now +7 in turnover margin for the year. They've yet to commit a turnover. On the Georgia 11, leading at 14-7. Simpson under center, turns, hands it to Jam Miller. Miller at left guard will be clogged up there. They push him back. Raylan Wilson got in the gap. One of the guys leading the charge along with KJ Bolden. And the gain is 2 to the 9. Second down and 8 from the Georgia 9 for Alabama.
Jordan Hall did a great job at the point of attack right there, stifling Alabama's offensive front, allowing the tackle to be made for a very short gain.
Horton and Brooks and Bernard to the left for Simpson. He's got Miller in the backfield with him to his left. They hand it to the running back, Miller. He dances towards the line of scrimmage, darts in there, and we jam it up with a lot of red shirts too, but Miller going to get some positive yards to the 6. He got 3. It's third down for Alabama at the Dogs 6. And this has been a problem spot on the field for Georgia. Both of Alabama's touchdowns have been from the 6-yard line on pass plays. One to Bernard and one to Isaiah Horton. Alabama with a 1-touchdown lead, looking for more here, trying to cash in on a Georgia turnover. 8:43 on the clock, second quarter. Simpson in the shotgun. Brings a man in motion to his left, looks to the right, throws it in the end zone, and broken up, incomplete in the right corner. Ellis Robinson broke up the pass play in the right corner of the end zone. They had man coverage there, Josh. They were trying to go to Bernard, but this time Robinson gets the win.
They let him fight it out. I was curious how physical they would let our secondary and their receivers be and on the opposite side when we have the ball also. They let them fight it out, Scott. That was good one-on-one battle won by the Dogs there.
They'll try a 24-yard field goal with Connor Talty kicking between the hash marks to our right. There's the snap, the hold. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. They get 3 out of the Nate Frazier fumble. The time remaining here in the half, down 10 points. We move 3 guys into the backfield now, surrounding Gunnar Stockton, Delp, and Branch. And we'll give it to Zachariah Branch out of the backfield. Breaks a tackle, stumbles, gets his balance back, but going to be dropped for a loss back at the 20, maybe the 19 and a half, yeah. Inside the 20-yard line as Yanze Pierre, the edge rusher, and Deshaun Jones, the nickelback, made the tackle. They were ready for such antics by the Georgia offense. We lose ground there, lost 6 yards back to the 19. Bowens in the backfield now with Stockton, works out of the shotgun. There's the snap. He will throw. Caught. Colby Young at the 30. Turns. Fights for yardage. 5 more. And he's taking a host of Alabama defenders with him. He had about 4 guys trying to get him down, and he didn't go down until the 36-yard line. A Scana Energy first down on a terrific after-the-catch run by Colby Young.
Win your one-on-one matchup and get some more yards with you there, big boy. I love that from Colby Young. He's always very fierce when he catches the ball. Taking 3 or 4 Alabama defenders with him there.
17 yards, first down. Dogs look like they want to work out of the pistol this time as Gunner stalks to his line. Bowens lined up directly behind the Georgia quarterback. We hand it to Bowens. Little seam at left guard. Runs up the hash. Close to the 40. Maybe got 4. Jones again, the nickel, with the tackle. As we pause 10 seconds, station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
WXKO AM Fort Valley, W226 BZ Macon, W290 BD Montezuma, WCEH FM Pinehurst, WWKM FM Rochelle, the Superstations, a Shanks Broadcasting station.
Big McCray joins Stockton in the backfield. He flares out to his right. We throw a dart to London Humphreys, who goes low to make the catch near midfield. Makes the grab. Bray Hubbard, the safety, providing the defense for Alabama, but we pick up another Scana Energy first down up to the 49-yard line. 13-yard gain for the Dogs.
London running
9-yard gain, excuse me.
London running a sticks route there, just getting right past the line of gain, and Gunner sticking it on him.
Georgia just north of the G, working on that far hash, moving to our left. McCray, play fake to him. Stockton surrounded. Tries to leak out of the pocket. He runs to the near side, and Alabama closes it down. They'll sack Gunner back on the 46.5. Edric Hill, one of their defensive linemen from Kansas City, Missouri, got in there to make the tackle. There was a little seam on the left side of the pocket. Gunner saw it, ran low through it, but Hill, the lineman, broke off his block and made the sack for a loss of 2 to the 47. Dogs on their own side of the 50. 2nd and 12 now. Bowens in the backfield. Chauncey gets the carry. Oh, look at that hole open. 50, 45, 40, near sideline, 30, foot race, 25, 20, 15, 11, and they knock him out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Chauncey Bowens.
Alabama is not fooled by Georgia's east-west run game tonight, but they do not have an answer for our north-south run game. Anytime we try to get downfield, or excuse me, upfield as fast as humanly possible, you see huge holes in Georgia's running backs blasting through them. Great run by Chauncey Bowens there.
43 yards, his longest of the season. Dogs on the Alabama 10, goal to go in the Massey Ferguson red zone. They work for the first time tonight. Big McCray in the backfield with Stockton. Dogs on the doorstep here. Stockton will quick throw to the right. Caught on the fingertips by Branch. He's got a blocker, Thomas. He stumbles to the 5-yard line. He got 5 yards on that throw. That wasn't pretty at all, but Branch made it work on the back end and got 5 yards down to the Alabama 5. It's 2nd and goal from the 5.
Made his quarterback look good. That was a terrible throw by Gunner, but a shoestring catch from Branch on the far side. Not pretty, but effective, Scott.
Indeed. 2 tight end formation. Lucky and Delp on the right side with Humphrey. McCray in the backfield. He shifts around Stockton. They work on the far hash. 2nd and goal from the 5. Give it to Big Josh. Josh at the 4. Josh twisting to the 3. Close to the 2 by the time the white shirts got him down. Looks like about the 2.5 maybe. McCray with a couple of touchdowns in short yardage situations at Tennessee 2 weeks ago. Maybe looking for the same thing here on 3rd and goal from the 2.5. He got 3 yards. Less than 4 minutes remaining in the quarter. 17-7. Georgia leads Alabama, but the Dogs trying to do something about that. McCray stays in the backfield. Delp in tight now on the right edge. Snap back to Stockton. Give it to McCray. Oh, he's hit immediately. Stays upright and still drives. Should have been a loss, but it wasn't. He got back to the line of scrimmage and maybe gained 6 inches, but that was about it.
Penetration on the right side of the offensive line for Georgia. And an Alabama defender in the backfield almost could have taken the handoff there, Scott.
It was immediate, but McCray didn't go down on contact. At the 2, Bowens checks into the game. It's 4th and goal from the 2. Dogs with the offense on the field, trailing by 10. Gunner claps his hands. They snap it back. He looks into the end zone. They rush. He throws it out in the right flat to Bowens. Flag down. Bowens caught it, tackled short of the goal line at the 1. And there's a flag dropped in the end zone.
You're going to have defensive holding on Alabama. That ball is going to be placed at the 1-yard line, Scott.
And it'll be a first down if that's the call. Here's Kyle Olson.
Short of the goal line. Holding. Defense. Penalties applied.
Wow. Loudest roar of the night.
Correction. Holding. Defense. That's happened to the goal. Automatic first down.
Ball's on the 1 between the hash marks here on the west end zone. The Dogs have 4 cracks at it now. It's goal to go. 1st and goal. 2:53 remaining. Dogs huddle. Now they break it. Out of the eye. McCray the full and Bowens the tail. Gunner under center. Hand it to Bowens. He bounces out left. He's going to lose a yard. Tried to bounce to the near hash, and they tackle him at the 2. And Alabama might have a player down. Slow to get up is Hubbard, but he is up. Now he's hobbling, and Georgia has a man down on the bottom of the pile. And that's Micah Morris, one of our big linemen. So their player shaken up, was able to get up and hobble towards the sideline. Big Morris was not able to do that. He's being tended to now by Georgia's training staff. Clock stops with 2:33 to go in the second quarter. Dogs trying to punch it in here, down 17-7. We've trailed the entire half.
Alabama got great penetration on the right side of their defensive front, the left side of our offensive line, and blew up that play, which was it was there. You just had great penetration up front. Defensive tackle pushed our guys back into the backfield, and you don't really give the running back an opportunity to even get his momentum going. We had it blocked up well on the outside, just couldn't get it blocked up on the inside.
The big man Morris up and walking, but with a distinct hobble and limp as he comes to the sideline. And Georgia's offensive line is already beaten up. No Ernest Green tonight. So the field has cleared, but a timeout for the injuries was called. As we check the Modelo scoreboard, official import beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. Grab a refreshing Modelo Especial brewed for full-time Bulldogs fans. For 21 and up only, please drink responsibly. South Carolina, second quarter lead over Kentucky, 21-10. Oregon, Penn State, still tied at 3. They are in the second. Final from earlier today, Ohio State beat Washington 24-6. Tennessee outlast Mississippi State in overtime in Starkville, 41-34. Texas A&M beat Auburn 16-10. Ole Miss over LSU 24-19. Here it's 17-7. Alabama in front, but Josh the Dogs second and goal from the 2.5.
Movement on the offensive line. Dontrell Glover came over to the left side. Bo Hughley came back into the right side at right tackle, and Juan Gaston is at right guard. This might be the biggest offensive line that's ever hit the field for Georgia.
It's got some size, not a lot of experience right now. We go out of the eye again. McCray and Bowens in the backfield. Toss it to Bowens, running to the near side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End zone, touchdown. Chauncey Bowens untouched. Dogs pull a little bit closer again with a touchdown run from 2 yards out. Chauncey Bowens with the score, and Peyton Woodring on for the point after.
That's the famous toss sweep of Georgia's. That's been in Georgia's offensive playbook since the 40s, Scott.
It seems to be effective here in 2025. Third touchdown run of the year for Bowens. Woodring's kick for the extra point is up and through. And it's 17-14. Another Georgia touchdown brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. 2:08 remaining in the half, and the Dogs trail by 3. Another good-looking drive, that time by the Dogs. That one started at their own 25-yard line.
And don't look now, Scott, but the total yardage on this game is almost even. Georgia's storm back in the second quarter has actually changed the complexion of this game completely. Just like 2 weeks ago in Knoxville, the second quarter proved to be very good for the Dogs then, also very strong for them today.
They've moved all the way down the field without a timeout. Miller to the left of Simpson, who's in the shotgun. Now everybody shifts and they go with an empty set, and Simpson runs up under center. They bring Bernard in motion to the left. We go with him on the defensive side. They set up a screen, throw it to the big guy, Proctor, I think. He caught it over there. We hit him low with Kyron Jones. That barely nudged him. That's a 340-pounder over there catching a pass and running a screen play. We finally got him out of bounds at the 2-yard line. He knocked down the pylon in the far left corner. And there's a guy over there trying to replace it right now.
Creativity just out-schemed the Dogs there. Had enough defenders over there, but really didn't give any emphasis on the pass catcher who was going to catch it. Then big number 74 for the Crimson Tide catches it and bowls a couple of guys on his way to the end zone there, Scott.
The left tackle, Josh Proctor, Caden Proctor, 6'7" and 366. He just took it down to the 2. Alabama going to run now with Simpson rolling to the right, keeping it, and angling into the end zone, touchdown with 34 seconds to go. And the Tide increases the lead again, try to make it a 10-point lead with the point after coming. 23-14 now after the touchdown run by the Alabama quarterback. That's his second rushing touchdown this season. Talty on to try the point after, and this place just got as quiet as it has been since the first person walked through the gates. Point after try by the Crimson Tide. Snap, hold, kick, away, and good. 24-14 with 34 seconds to go.
Penalty flags on the field in the point after attempt.
Officials are going to discuss it. That was an 8-play, 75-yard drive in 94 seconds without a timeout by Alabama. Marker on the point after try, and let's get the call from Kyle Olson, the referee.
Personal foul, leverage, defense, number 94. He's still on the back of an opponent. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. The kick is good.
So, illegal leverage, I guess is the way.
My favorite part of that was he stood on the back of an opponent. But regardless, Alabama started that drive with 2 minutes and 8 seconds on the clock, Scott, and you've said it a couple of times since they scored. No timeouts.
We just seemed to matter, didn't it?
Didn't matter. I mean, that was a hot knife through butter on the way to the end zone.
24-14. Let's see if the Dogs have quick strike capability now with 34 seconds a yard after all of that. They were running laterally mostly and behind the line of scrimmage, but it's 3rd and 10.5 for Alabama now at the Georgia 25.5.
Scott, on that play, if Gabe Harris doesn't defeat his block so well, that play scores a touchdown. That was well blocked. Gabe Harris just blew it up.
Another 3rd down opportunity for Alabama. See if the Dogs can shut it down here. Simpson in the pocket, going to roll to his left a little bit. Throw on the run as the receiver slides down and the ball sails over everybody's head and out of bounds into the hedges on this near sideline. Trying to go to the tight end, Cuevas, transfer from Washington. And for only the 4th time tonight, Georgia able to stop the Crimson Tide on a 3rd down play. So it's 4th down, and they'll try for a field goal here from about 44 yards. Connor Talty to kick it away. His long this season, 46 yards. Far hash kicking left towards the west end zone. Field goal try of 44 yards. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is low and not even close. We may have blocked it. It's skirted way left of the upright. Dogs may have gotten a piece of that. It was such an ugly kick. Had no chance on the left. Missed the left upright by a long shot. So the Dogs dodge a bullet there. Alabama was moving steadily, and the Dogs get a third down stop, and look what happens. They miss a field goal. He just kicked Alabama. Not even close, wide left. 24-14 is our score. Dogs touch the ball for the first time with 9:37 to go, third quarter. Touch it for the first time here in the half. Stockton with the ball out of the shotgun, going to roll right and throw it. Short pass to the near sideline. Chauncey Bowens makes the catch. He crosses the 30, and they hit him at the 32 with Jefferson and Jones. Justin Jefferson, the linebacker, and Jones, the nickel back. And the gain is up to the 32-yard line, a 6-yard pickup, second down and 4 for the Bulldogs. Up to the line they go. 2 receivers to the right, now 2 to the left. Branch in the slot to the left. Bowen stays in the backfield with Gunner, who works out of the shotgun. They bring Bell in motion, hand it to him. Fakes the reverse and keeps it. Bell 40, Bell 50, Bell 40, 35, 30. They drag him down from behind on the far side of the field. A big explosive play to light up Sanford Stadium. Sabb had to tackle him. Keon Sabb, the safety, saved a touchdown for Alabama, but it's a Scana Energy first down and more for the Dogs.
Double reverse action made Alabama's defense hesitate just a little bit, and then Dylan Bell's speed did the rest. Great play for the Dogs. Huge explosive in this third quarter.
43-yard run for Dylan Bell. Puts the Dogs in business. Now, can they finish on this series? Stockton goes under center. Bobo snaps. Handoff. Bowens bounces out. Got a block from Freeling. 20, 15, sideline, 13, and out of bounds at the 12. Chauncey Bowens. 13 more yards. Another Scana Energy first down, and the Dogs get into the Massey Ferguson red zone once again. Massey Ferguson, born to farm, built to perform. Let's see if the Dogs can perform here at the end of this series. 8 minutes remaining, third quarter. Georgia trails by 10, but on the march here. First and 10 at the 11. Bowens, straight ahead handoff. Tried to bounce to his left a little bit, left of center, and Alabama knocks him down at the 10-yard line, picks up 1. As L.T. Overton, transfer from Texas A&M, a senior from Milton, Georgia, made the stop for Alabama.
Scott, on that previous run play, very creative design from Georgia offensively. All the momentum and all the movement came to the right side of the formation, but we went out the backside with the run.
Josh McCray has checked into the backfield for the Dogs, and now
the previous play is under video review for a possible targeting.
It's our third review, I think, of the night. This one, as you heard referee Kyle Olson point out, for targeting. So Pruitt Health brings us this review, where family makes us stronger, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. We're looking at a replay here. Bowens was the ball carrier, and Overton was the tackler, and there was some helmet-to-helmet contact there on the stop, and that's what they are looking at now for possible targeting on L.T. Overton, the senior defensive lineman for the Crimson Tide. So that's being reviewed. And we'll remind Bulldog fans that Georgia football is brought to you in part by Modelo, the official import beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. Grab a refreshing Modelo Especial, brewed for full-time Bulldogs fans for 21 and up only, and please drink responsibly. Let's check the Modelo scoreboard. Oregon 10, Penn State 3. Final minute of the third quarter. Missouri destroying UMass 35-6. They're late in the third, and South Carolina with an 18-point lead on Kentucky, 28-10. They are midway through the third there. Thank you, Neil.
First review for a targeting call for us this year. I don't like the rule. This is by the rule, though. This is going to be targeting. He's probably going to get ejected. I don't like it. I think it's just a good physical play, but by the letter of the rule, this is going to be targeting.
After video review, there was targeting by defense. Number 23. That's half the distance to the goal. First down. Number 23 is disqualified from the game.
So the targeting was on James Smith, another defensive lineman, not Overton, who was in on the tackle, but it was 23, not 22, who was called for targeting there, as you heard the referee Kyle Olson explain. So James Smith is disqualified, and Georgia has the football. First and goal at the Alabama 5 with 7:21 to go in the third quarter. Alabama with a 10-point lead, 24-14. Dogs have not led tonight. McCray in the backfield. We bring everybody in tight from the left. Double tight ends to the left. Now they shift McCray. Stockton out of the shotguns. Hands it to Big Josh, and he plows straight ahead to the goal line, and he didn't get there. Down to the 1. Inside the 1, actually. He got 4 yards, but not the full 5.
Gunner telling him to hurry up. Wants to get back up there and get it into the end zone.
Dogs line up in a hurry. Same formation. McCray gets it again. Now the whistle blows as McCray gets into the end zone easily, but the referees killed the play.
Prior to the snap, replay initiated a review of the previous play. The ruling on the field was the runner was short of the goal line.
Well, they were looking for a touchdown. We may have gotten it on the previous play. And we'll see. Another play under review brought to you by Pruitt Health, where family makes us stronger, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
No, he's going to be down. Left forearm is down, ball shy of the goal line.
Looking at the replay on our monitor in the booth, McCray was short on the previous play, so they called it correctly. I mean, the ball's about 3 inches from the goal line. And then they whistled that last play dead when Josh got in easily, standing up in the end zone.
After video review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Second down.
So we got to do it again. 6:44 on the clock, third quarter. Dogs trying to eat into a 10-point deficit. Alabama's led the entire night so far. 24-14 is our score, and the Dogs on the doorstep here, just inches away down in that east end zone. It'll be McCray in the huddle for the Dogs. Stockton, the last guy in there. Dogs huddle up on the 6. Nose of the ball is almost touching the goal line. That's how close it is. Dogs with a quick break of the huddle. McCray to the left of Stockton. Works out of the shotgun. Give it to Big Josh. He barrels in. First hit. They pull him away. Now he dives. They had him by the legs. They couldn't get him down. And he dives across the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia.
What fight from the big fella there. Got stymied right at the line of scrimmage, guys. Didn't get in, but that second effort and then even third effort allowed him to get the ball across the goal line.
The dude does not go down on first contact, or second, or third in that case. McCray with a touchdown. That's brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. Peyton Woodring with a point after try. See if he can make it a 3-point game. Bo Gardner to snap. Gunner to hold. Woodring the kick. And he does what he always does. He converts the extra point. It's good. 24-21. Dogs within 3 now. Alabama still in front with 6:30 to go. Well, we're back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. A little jagged end to the third quarter. Here's the referee, Kyle Olson. Well, he was talking, believe me, and they said it is a first down. So Georgia has the ball, 1st and 10 on the Alabama 17-yard line. Third quarter recap brought to you by Ag South, Ag Georgia, Southwest Georgia Farm Credit, loans for land and farms. Dogs had the only points of the third quarter. It was a touchdown. They beat Alabama on the yardage stat sheet as well, 107-60 in that third quarter. Looking for more here to start the fourth. Dogs on the Alabama 17 in the Massey Ferguson red zone. We hand it off and run it with Big Josh McCray. Bulls his way over the first 2 defenders and keeps churning down to the 10-yard line. 7-yard gain.
Tough run-in by McCray. Just absolutely trucking Alabama defenders on his way to an excellent first down run.
He's like Brock Bowers in the sense he doesn't go down on first contact. Hubbard made the tackle for Alabama, the Crimson Tide safety. 2nd and 3 from the Alabama 10. Dogs trying to take the lead for the first time. We have to peer down through the fireworks smoke McCray gets it again. They hit him at the 10. He bounces out to the right laterally, and they chase him down there. He didn't get anything. Again, he didn't go down on first contact, but they got him without giving up any positive yards. So it'll be third down now from the 10. Third down and 3 for the Dogs on the Alabama 10-yard line with 14 minutes remaining in the game, and Georgia trailing by 3. Cash Jones in the backfield now. McCray out, Jones in. Tight end Delp to the right. Fake it to Cash. Gunner going to keep it on the fake. He ducks inside the 10, down close to the 7-yard line. Oh, it's going to be close to a first down. He tried to stretch the ball out as they tripped him up. They put it down between the 7 and the 8, so he's short by about less than half a yard. Fourth down, the Dogs go lining up quickly. Fourth down, handed off to Cash. Oh, gosh, they tripped him up in the backfield. He couldn't keep his balance as he stumbles running to the right at the 10-yard line. He lost yardage on the play, and Alabama gets the stop on fourth down. It's Alabama's ball.
That was those gotta-have-it yards, guys, and we couldn't get it blocked up. I mean, just barely got some penetration through there and were able to put a hand on Cash Jones' foot to trip him up.
Another missed opportunity by the Dogs. Oh, those are starting to stack up. Alabama's ball on the 11. Empty set. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now they bring one of those 3 receivers on the left side in to the backfield with Simpson. He asks for the ball. They snap it back to him. And Alabama will run it with Riley, the redshirt freshman. Second and 3, Alabama on the 19-yard line, back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. Alabama works out of the shotgun. They hand it to Jam Miller, and he runs straight ahead, angles a little bit to the right at right guard, and tripped up as he crosses the 20 at the 22-yard line. And did they say he got the first down? The clock stops. Georgia.
Timeout. Georgia. Yep. They're first of the half. Please reset the game clock to 2:27.
They haven't changed the marker yet to first down. They're showing third down and less, much less than a yard, as Georgia uses a timeout with 2:27 remaining. Alabama with the ball between the hash marks right now, moving to the right, and it's located right around just shy of the 22-yard line, which is where they need to go for a first down. Alabama tonight has rushed for only 112 yards. That's below their average, which is already low by Alabama standards. They've passed for 273, and they have 385 total yards of offense. Georgia's rushed for 227, thrown for 150 for 357. Alabama has not scored in the second half. Neither team has scored in the fourth quarter. That's your fourth quarter recap presented by Ag South, Ag Georgia, and Southwest Georgia Farm Credit Loans for Land and Farms. Dogs have had some opportunities in the second half, haven't been able to cash in. Third and inches for Alabama at the 22. Everybody crowded in tights. Simpson going to take it, just dive over the top of the pile, depending on the spot. Looks like he got the first down. There's a flag down at the 20-yard line. That was just a massive pile of humanity right there. 11 on their side, 11 on our side, just jumping into a pile between the hash marks, and Simpson diving on the top of it. And the flag may be going against the Dogs. Let's see.
The result of the play is a first down. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 1. 15 yards will be added. First down.
Well, they would have gotten it either way there, wouldn't they?
Yeah, can't jump on top of the pile.
That was on Ellis Robinson, the 15-yarder. 2:20 remaining. The 2-minute timeout, 20 seconds away. And Georgia has 2 left. And Alabama has a new set of downs with which to work. First and 10 on the 38, their own 38. Second half tonight brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors since 1941. Alabama with a long huddle as the clock started, and now we'll tick down to the 2-minute break. Alabama likes that. Timeout. Their huddle going back to the sideline with a little spunk in their step. They were all clapping going to the sideline. They like their situation. 2 minutes to go. 1st and 10 for the Tide. When we come back, it's 24-21. Alabama leads the Dogs on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Bulldogs football brought to you in part by Piedmont Healthcare, offering you exceptional hassle-free care closer to home. Piedmont is the official healthcare provider of UGA Athletics. 2 minutes remaining. 24-21. Alabama's led all night and trying to hang on to that 3-point lead in the final 2 minutes of the ball game. Georgia with a couple of timeouts remaining. Alabama will have the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line, moving to our right towards the east end zone section here at Sanford Stadium. Crimson Tide huddles up between the hash marks. Long huddle for Alabama. Georgia's defense standing in position and looking to the near sideline. Now Alabama's ready to go. 1st and 10 again at the 38-yard line. Jam Miller in the backfield with Simpson, who's in the shotgun. They snap it back, hand it to Miller. Miller with a big hole at right tackle, right guard, and he pushes that ball forward to the 44. A quick burst for 6 yards, and Georgia with a quick timeout. 1:55 remaining. Line of scrimmage now the 44-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Well, the math is not working in the Dogs' favor here. We've got 1 timeout remaining. 1:55 left, and they're 2nd and 4. So you can't give up a first down here, or else you're going to be toast.
Yeah, ball game's over if you give up a first down right here. So it's 4 yards for your life. And that was a huge tackle by Kyron Jones there. If he doesn't make that tackle one-on-one, Miller may have continued on to the end zone on the east side.
It was a sizable gap right of center. Alabama on its own 44-yard line. 1:55 remaining. They lead by 3. They break the huddle. 2nd and 4. Miller in the backfield with Simpson. He pumps his leg. They hand it to Miller. He runs straight ahead, but Jordan Hall's right there to get him in the backfield. And now the cavalry arrives as Hall had him wrapped up, wouldn't let him go. They're going to blow it dead. We're at the 43-yard line. A loss of 1 on the play. Jordan Hall got there first and made the stop, and Georgia uses the timeout again to stop the clock with 1:51 to go.
We needed somebody to make a big play, and Jordan Hall certainly came up huge right there. Like you said, though, Alabama still with a manageable 3rd down situation here, 3rd and medium, and that's just where they've been so successful tonight. 11 of 18. Not so much successful on the last few drives, but started this game basically for the first 2.5 quarters. They were able, if they had a 3rd down, they got it, Scott. That's what it felt like, at least.
Well, here's the play right here on 3rd and 5. If they convert, they'll likely be able to run out the clock, win the game if Georgia stops. If Georgia stops them here, now we'll lose a lot of time on the clock because we have burned all of our timeouts now. Georgia has no timeouts remaining. Alabama, 3rd and 5 on their 43-yard line. So you need the stop here to give yourself a chance. Jam Miller to the left of the quarterback, Simpson in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He's in tight. Motion man is Bernard. They snap it back. Bootleg, roll to the right, throw it. Caught by Miller. 1st down, Alabama slides at the 50. So Bama gets the 1st down. That'll stop the clock momentarily because they'll move the sticks. And now Georgia can't stop the clock anymore. The ball's on the 50. 7-yard gain, 6-yard gain. And Alabama should be able to run out the clock. 100 seconds remaining, and they'll just watch that clock tick down to 0. And the Crimson Tide will win the 3rd straight game in the series over the Bulldogs, it would appear. Yeah, they're going into the victory formation with 125, 124. Now the exits here at Sanford Stadium will really get crowded. And Ty Simpson takes the snap, kneels it down. Clock continues to move. 1:10. Dogs can't stop it. All we can do is stare at that scoreboard and see Alabama 24 and Georgia 21. Dogs had opportunities here in the second half, Josh. I mean, I go back to 2 key plays, and there were lots more, but the dropped long throw at the 10-yard line, which more than likely, had it been a catch, would have resulted in a score, and then the 4th down play back on this end of the field. At the 10-yard line, the turnover on downs.
Yeah, it's that dreaded D word, right? We said we weren't going to say it a whole lot this year, but unfortunately, that was a big one.
So they take a knee one more time, and the final 30 seconds will tick off the clock, and that's it. There won't be another snap as both teams make their way onto the field. Coaches shake hands in the middle of the field. Kalen DeBoer now 2-0 against the Dogs in his brief tenure at Alabama. The Tide beating Georgia now for the 10th time in the last 11 meetings and the 3rd straight. And unfortunately for the Bulldogs, Alabama continues to be Georgia's kryptonite. Dogs lose tonight. 24-21 is the final score. Georgia will be back home next week for a noon showdown with the Kentucky Wildcats. That'll be the next game on the schedule. Next Saturday, our broadcast will crank it up bright and early at 8 a.m. here on the Bulldogs Sports Network. So Georgia now 3-1 for the year and 1-1 in the SEC. Alabama 3-1 also and 1-0 in conference play. Alabama home next week to host unbeaten Vanderbilt in Tuscaloosa. Final score, Crimson Tide 24, Georgia Bulldogs 21. Stay tuned for our locker room show, post-game coverage straight ahead here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Beyond all things that gave us birth, we'll navigate the seas of the sun. If God is throwing dice and Einstein doesn't mind the chance, we'll navigate the seas of the sun. Infinity runs deep, eternity that we can keep. We'll navigate the seas of the sun. Flowers of our souls, purple, blue, and gold refined, to navigate the seas of the sun, so we know who we are, even in this frozen waste. We'll navigate the seas of the sun, living in this place, staring into space, we'll find.
Alligators, quick throw. Mitchell makes the catch. He breaks away. 30, 25, 20. Veers inside. 10 breaks the tackle. 5 breaks another one. Touchdown!